This month on Mustang Magazine, we see why NHS students matter, we catch up with a member of the Color Guard, and we travel outside of Norwood in search for adventure. These stories and more on the September edition of Mustang Magazine.
All right, so final thoughts as we wrap up today's meeting.
We ready for y'all. We ready. We ready. We ready for y'all.
Say what? Say what?
We ready. We ready. We ready for y'all. We ready. We ready. We ready for
Let's go, Norwood!
We ready. We ready for y'all.
Hello, and welcome to Mustang Magazine. I'm Erin Wagner.
And I'm Connor Sheehan. Mustang Magazine is a show produced by advanced broadcast journalism students from Norwood High School.
And we cover the stories that Norwood teenagers care about. So let's get started.
The first official school bell had yet to ring, but the NHS faculty was already in action greeting students as they arrived back on campus to start a new year.
And they were welcoming students back by handing out stickers with a positive message. I caught up with a few students and staff as the action unfolded. As students made their way on campus for the first day of school, teachers and staff welcomed them back with a positive message.
Got greeted by the teachers, got a lovely sticker, a lot of encouragement to start the school year off right.
Science teacher Melissa Romaine was at the main entrance.
So we got these stickers made that said "You matter," so that everybody knows that here at Norwood High School, they're valued just as much as everyone else. They belong here just as much as everyone else.
School administrators say the stickers are just a part of the school's overall plan to support all students. Romaine says she hopes that they get the message.
So trying to get those kids who maybe just come to school and go home and kind of don't feel as connected, we can make them feel more connected to our school community.
Students say their stickers were a hit and the message was received. Reporting from Mustang Magazine, I'm Erin Wagner.
Have a great day.
The school year is off to a great start for many clubs and sports, and for marching band and color guard, that means competition season.
The color guard is typically a thing for the girls, but Anthony Venuto is defying those stereotypes. Here he is now in his own words.
My name is Anthony Carl Venuto, and I am in color guard. So I joined color guard after losing a bet to someone named Sarah McCary, who was in the color guard, and I made the bet saying that if they went undefeated last season, I would join color guard, and sure enough they did, so I joined color guard. Color guard spins flags. We personally don't do any rifles or sabers, but some other teams do, but personally we just spin flags and just run around a field looking like fools, but it's fun. I switched from football to the fine arts because as much as I loved playing football, I just felt like I wanted to do something else, and I wasn't enjoying it as much as I used to, and I saw something new and exciting that I could have done in the summer to replace it, so I joined that. Being the only boy is not challenging in the sense of in the group, but it's definitely challenging in I have to be careful of how I am around people because I'm not like on the football team anymore, so things I say aren't necessarily okay to say in the situation. I'd say my opinion has definitely been changed for sure on the group because I originally thought color guard was a female-only thing, so I didn't think guys could join, and then when I was told I could, I was like, oh, okay. And then I definitely think that guys should join more because I think the stereotype should be broken that girls do color guard and guys should definitely join in. I think people should care about color guard because it's a really tough thing to learn, and to see people do it on the field, it makes it look really easy, but then when you get on and do it, it's a lot of work to learn and to try to remember running around doing it. So I'd say respect all the work that it takes to put into it, because I know I am now for sure. My experience so far has been extremely fun, and I'm very glad I lost this bet because I've been having more fun than I did in my previous years of doing fall activities. I would like to say any boy that is even thinking of joining color guard, absolutely go and do it, because it is a lot of fun.
Thanks to sophomore reporters Michaela Hurley and Annie Sis for putting that story together. That's really cool that you went from football to color guard. Props to you, Anthony, and good luck on your season. We're going to take a break, but don't go away. We'll be right back after these commercials.
Look out for new episodes of the Stampede podcast, hosted by Jake Mannering, Lars Boothroyd, and Nick Srorsha, on SoundCloud at Stampede.
Don't be that person. Use your Chromebook case. It keeps it safe.
Welcome back. For our next segment, we go outside of Norwood for a little adventure.
That's right, and each month we're going to take you somewhere cool that's close enough to Norwood that you can get there on a tank of gas.
So here's junior staff reporters Brennan Martuka and Jake McCarthy with our new reoccurring segment, What's Good Outside the Wood.
What's up, Mustangs? Welcome to the first episode of What's Good Outside the Wood, a segment where you can learn all the fun places you and your friends can go outside of Norwood. For our first episode, Jake, Nick, and I ventured to Purgatory Chasms in Sutton, Massachusetts. So without further ado, sit back, buckle up, and enjoy learning what's good outside the wood. The chasms are a unique landmark that offer enjoyable adventure and outstanding views for all who attend. If you're feeling adventurous, be sure to explore the depths of the caves and squeeze through all the tight spaces that come your way. While the chasms are an enjoyable place to go, the hike itself could be challenging. Not to mention, if you plan on scaling the rocks, make sure you are not too scared of heights.
I recommend this place to anyone that likes to be outdoors. You can make it quick, you can make it long hikes. There's a lot to see out here. There's caves, there's climbing if you get special permits. So there's a lot of stuff to do out here.
Okay, now let's head back to the wood.
Back again.
What are you singing?
Sorry, I was just thinking about the next story. Mr. Griffin, a retired principal of the Callahan School, is coming out of retirement to be interim principal at the Oldham School. Jenny Cowell and Rory Carroll report.
Former Callahan principal Bob Griffin says adjusting to the retired life wasn't as easy as he thought it would be.
The first year I felt like a fish out of water. It took a while to get used to that, to slow things down and feel like I'm a contributing member of society again.
But recently, Griffin decided to get back into action when Superintendent Dr. Thompson approached him about a temporary principal position.
So I said to him at first, Jeepers, I'm not sure if I'm still certified. And he called back the next day and said, yeah, you are. And I said, well, I can only make a certain amount of money because of my retirement. And he called back the next day and said, yeah, you can. I said, I'm running out of excuses. And he said, I know. That's what I was planning on.
So Bob Griffin was named the interim principal at Oldham Elementary for the upcoming school year. He says he'll stay until June while the district continues to look for the perfect candidate.
They did not find the principal that they wanted for the future. And so that they decided that they would do it again next spring when in April and May, you're going to get a better group of candidates.
And while the Oldham is a totally different building from the Callahan, Griffin says the school culture is pretty similar.
The staff has been wonderful to me. great kids. The parents have been extremely supportive. So it's been the whole experience has been a good experience for me coming over here.
5th grade teacher Caroline Haberlin says that Griffin is quickly adapting to the Oldham. And she adds that his early success may be related to his connection to the neighborhood.
Mr. Griffin actually has always been an active member of the Oldham community as a grandfather, as a dad, so it's kind of been a seamless transition for him to jump right into the Oldham.
I visit every room every day just to say hi and let them know I'm here and make it be more comfortable and more homey.
Students say they notice the way Mr. Griffin cares about them.
Well, I think I like him as our principal, and I think a lot of people do like him as our principal because he talks to the kids a lot. He answers questions. He comes around saying, like, how's your day going? And
he's my grandfather, and he's a nice guy, and he comes around the classes, acts nice to you guys, and he answers your questions, and he just talks to you.
For Griffin, that's just part of the job.
I love that feeling. Just as I did at the Callahan, I get that same feeling here, and I like it very much.
We wish Mr. Griffin the best as he continues his school year, and best of luck in his second retirement. Reporting for Mustang Magazine, I'm Rory Kerr.
Thanks, girls. That's awesome seeing Mr. Griffin coming back and bringing his administration skills to a new school.
Good luck to him. Okay, now let's go back to early September for Norwood Day. And this year, Mustang Media had its very first booth.
Here's our very own NHS-TV news director, Audrey Scafati, with a vlog from the day.
Hi everybody, it is Audrey Scafati.
And Dan Gruber.
And we are at the Mustang Media booth at Norwood Day. We have a lot of fun games, and it's gonna be a fun time.
Yep.
Yay. Jake, how's it going?
Good.
Oh, you didn't get it. You still get a tattoo. Does it have a color? No. Juliana, how do you think it's going? Great. Good, I'm glad. How's your Norwood Day going?
It's been going good. You're filming and seeing how people's Norwood days are going. So
Yay.
yeah.
So wait, you just get to keep the lollipop.
And if it lands on me, you win a prize. How are you feeling about Norwood Day?
It's kind of boring. I love Norwood Day.
Hi guys, thanks so much for an awesome Norwood Day. It's the end of Norwood Day. So thank you all for coming. Bye.
Thanks, Audrey. It was a fun time. Just wish I could have got more of those lollipops.
Me too. In this next story, we explore some of the different cultures in and around the town.
Recently, the social action group Impact Norwood hosted its very first World Cup Norwood at Coakley Middle School. Junior staff reporters Juliana O'Neill and Anthony Scavato bring us the story.
The first annual Norwood World Cup took place last month. The program director for Impact Norwood, Aubrey Seal, came up with the idea.
It's an opportunity for people in the community to come together and celebrate how culturally rich our community is.
Along with the soccer games, there were many other activities such as different cultural performances, games, and a table with instruments from different cultures.
It's a ukulele. It's like a guitar, but instead of having 6 of these things, the tune changers, it has 4.
The event was meant to bring adults and youth together, and people from the community say that it was a good way to meet new friends.
It was fun, and I really like it. I met a lot of new people.
It definitely helps people meet each other that haven't met each other. I've met like 10 people today that I would have never met.
Check out impactnorwood.org for the next opportunity to make new friends in the community. Reporting for Mustang Magazine, I'm Juliana O'Neill.
Go Karen, go Karen, go Karen!
That looked like fun. Can't wait for next year.
Okay, for this segment, we bring you some commentary. Recently, the school committee began discussing the prospects of changing school start times.
Here's our very own Stephen Allinger with his take on the subject. And remember, it's just his opinion.
Do you like to sleep? If you're a high schooler, I'm sure that answer is yes.
Every day in school we see people asleep or falling asleep in class. You might even be one of those people. Most of us yawn every 5 minutes of our first period classes. I know I do, so generally we're all some degree of tired. There are many reasons for this, but generally high schoolers need more sleep. We all have busy days after school, from sports to clubs to jobs, and on top of that we have homework and studying. This leaves us with less time to take care of ourselves by eating, relaxing, sleeping, so we create this cycle of deprivation. A study from the National Sleep Foundation found that 87% of high schoolers get less than the recommended 8 to 10 hours for teenagers. That's a problem. Along with the detrimental health effects that come with that, like stunted growth, weaker immune system, and other things, if you're running on 5 hours of sleep, you're obviously not going to be eager to try in school, so you're going to do worse on tests, projects, and homework. Think back to when we were in elementary school. We all got up at 6 in the morning and we would watch TV and go bounce around the house full of energy. Why are these kids the ones going to school at 7:45 like us? We have to get up at 6:30 or earlier and are completely exhausted. Us high schoolers should be the ones not going to school until 8:45. Think of how much more awake and prepared you'd be if you could get an extra hour of sleep. You'd have better athletic performance, be more attentive in class, do better on tests, and all around feel better. Change comes slowly, so in the meantime, get more sleep. You need it.
Well, that's all we have for this September edition of Mustang Magazine, but we'll be back next month with more stories.
And don't forget, you can always watch our programs online at www.mustang.media or check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat. I'm Aaron Wagner.
And I'm Connor Sheehan. See you later, Mustangs.
Did it once. Okay, you're fine now. NHS-TV news director Audrey Scafati with a vlog from Norwood Day. Wasn't there a vlog from the Norwood Day? Oh. Okay, so I just skipped to the next one. Okay.
Really?
Connor, let's go. I messed up.
Dude, now let's go back to early.
Why did you say December? Ooh! I just fell off my clothes.
Kenny Cal and Roy Taylor report.
Oh yeah,
And then we have to do it again though.
That's good. Then you're kind of like start doing it.